Origins and early life. The rise of a prodigy. In the quiet streets of Salisbury, North Carolina, a young boy named Zion Williamson was already making waves. From the very beginning, Zion was not like other children. His presence was impossible to ignore, a towering frame combined with an agility that defied belief. Even before he could walk, family stories tell of a child with unstoppable energy and an uncanny curiosity about the world around him. Zion's parents, both athletes themselves, recognized early on that their son was special. They nurtured his natural abilities, encouraging him to explore every sport he touched. But basketball quickly became Zion's passion, the game where his talents truly shined. By the time he reached elementary school, he was already dunking on rims meant for older kids, a rare feat that sparked whispers about his future. At the heart of Zion's story is not just his physical gifts but the unwavering support of his family. His mother, in particular, instilled in him a grounded sense of humility and responsibility. She reminded him that talent alone was never enough. Hard work and discipline would be the pillars that carried him forward. Those early lessons would become the foundation of Zion's character as much as his raw athleticism. School days were a blend of normal childhood experiences and extraordinary challenges. Balancing academics and basketball required discipline beyond his years. Coaches and teachers noticed his unique blend of strength, speed, and finesse, but also his growing awareness that he was being watched by more than just local fans. With every game, the crowd grew larger, the stakes higher. High school brought Zion to the national spotlight. At Spartanburg Day School, his highlight reels began to circulate widely, catching the eyes of college scouts and sports analysts alike. It wasn't just his ability to score points, it was the way he moved, the power behind every leap, and the rare combination of grace and force. Zion was becoming a symbol of the next generation of basketball greatness. Yet, behind the scenes, the pressure was mounting. Young as he was, Zion felt the weight of expectations, not only to succeed but to carry the hopes of a community hungry for a star. Injuries and doubts crept in quietly, reminding him that talent could be fragile. But his determination never faltered. Every setback was met with resilience, every challenge with renewed vigor. As his high school career neared its end, the buzz around Zion reached a fever pitch. Headlines dubbed him a once-in-a-lifetime athlete, a phenom destined to rewrite the history books. Colleges competed fiercely for his commitment, and basketball fans across the country held their breath, waiting for the next chapter in Zion's journey. This was the story of a boy whose life was about to change forever, a story of extraordinary promise balanced against the harsh realities of chasing a dream. What lay ahead would test more than just his skill on the court. It would challenge his heart, his spirit, and the very meaning of what it meant to be a champion. The Duke University era. Rise to stardom and hype. The transition from high school prodigy to college superstar is a leap few manage with grace, but Zion Williamson approached it as if destined. When he arrived at Duke University, the historic basketball powerhouse, anticipation swirled like never before. The Blue Devils campus buzzed with excitement, and the world's eyes focused on a young man whose every move promised greatness. Zion's first days at Duke were a whirlwind. New faces, tougher competition, and higher stakes greeted him, yet his confidence never wavered. He carried the weight of expectation with a quiet determination, knowing that this stage was his proving ground. Every practice was a battleground, each game a chance to silence doubts and elevate his legacy. From the opening game, Zion electrified the arena. His blend of explosive power and nimble footwork seemed almost unreal. Spectators gasped as he soared above defenders, his dunks thunderous and graceful all at once. It was clear, Zion was no ordinary player. The collegiate game was his canvas, and he painted moments of sheer brilliance with every possession. But with fame came pressure. The media's spotlight intensified, dissecting his every move. Headlines hailed him as the next great hope of basketball. Comparisons to legends like LeBron James and Michael Jordan circulated endlessly. Fans packed arenas, craving glimpses of his awe-inspiring talent. Yet, behind the fanfare, Zion faced a growing challenge. The burden of expectation weighed heavily on his shoulders. Physically, the college game pushed him to his limits. The grueling schedule, relentless training, and fierce opponents demanded more than raw talent. Injuries began to creep in, and whispers about his durability started to surface. For a player built like a freight train, the toll on his body was harsh, and moments of pain threatened to dim his luminous rise. Off the court, Zion remained humble, a grounded figure amidst the frenzy. Teammates admired his work ethic and unshakable focus, while coaches recognized his rare blend of leadership and vulnerability. He was learning, growing, not just as a player, but as a person navigating the intense scrutiny of the spotlight. A defining moment came during a nationally televised game against a top rival. Zion's performance was nothing short of legendary, scoring at will, dominating rebounds, and delivering clutch plays. Yet, it wasn't just the numbers that stunned spectators, it was his unwavering resolve in the face of physical pain. That night, Zion didn't just win the game, he won respect and solidified his place among basketball's elite. As the season drew to a close, the inevitable question loomed: what next? The NBA awaited, with promises of fortune and fame, but also unknown trials. Zion's journey was far from over, and the choices he would make next could define his career forever. In those quiet moments of reflection, Zion understood that the dream was no longer just about basketball. It was about becoming the man he was meant to be, rising above challenges, and embracing a future that demanded both greatness and grace. The NBA dream and early career, triumphs and trials. The night Zion Williamson's name was called at the NBA draft was electric, a culmination of years of sweat, sacrifice, and soaring expectations. As the crowd erupted, a new chapter unfolded. Zion had arrived at the pinnacle of basketball, a stage where legends are born but where the margin for error is razor-thin. Joining the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion's rookie season was marked by moments of sheer brilliance. The court became his theater, and every play was a testament to his explosive athleticism. Fans watched in awe as he bulldozed through defenses, his powerful dunks rattling rims and spirits alike. It was clear that the league had never seen anything quite like him. A force of nature, both graceful and unstoppable. But the bright lights of the NBA also brought harsh realities. The physical toll of the game was unforgiving. Despite his strength, Zion found himself battling injuries that repeatedly sidelined him. Each setback chipped away at the momentum he had worked so tirelessly to build. The weight of expectation grew heavier with every missed game, whispers of doubt spreading through analysts and fans alike. Behind the scenes, Zion's resolve was tested in ways the public rarely saw. Rehabilitation became a second full-time job, demanding patience and perseverance. The mental strain of injury recovery, combined with the pressure to perform, forged a new battle, one within his own mind. Yet, through it all, Zion's spirit remained unbroken. He committed to rebuilding, stronger and wiser. Teammates and coaches became pillars of support, rallying around him. The locker room was a sanctuary where Zion's determination was nurtured, and where his leadership began to blossom despite the physical setbacks. He was no longer just the rookie phenom. He was becoming a team player, learning to inspire even when not on the court. Every time Zion returned to play, the anticipation was palpable. The roar of the crowd, the flashing cameras, all reminders that his journey was far from ordinary. Yet, each performance was a testament to his relentless drive. He dazzled with moments of brilliance, explosive dunks, fearless drives to the basket, and an uncanny ability to energize his team. Still, the road ahead was uncertain. The collision between his powerful style and the brutal demands of the NBA raised questions about longevity. Would Zion's body withstand the grind of professional basketball? Could he evolve his game without losing the spark that made him special? In the quiet moments between games and rehab sessions, Zion pondered these questions. But one thing remained clear: his dreams were bigger than any obstacle. The trials of injury and expectation had not dimmed his passion, they had fueled it. As the season ended, Zion stood at a crossroads, a young man shaped by early triumphs and tough lessons, ready to carve out a legacy that transcended highlight reels and headlines. The story of Zion Williamson was no longer just about potential. It was about resilience, growth, and the unyielding pursuit of greatness. Legacy, impact, and what lies ahead, beyond the spotlight. Zion Williamson's journey has been about far more than points scored or games won. As his career unfolds, the true story lies in the impact he leaves both on and off the court. His style of play, a breathtaking fusion of raw power and refined skill, has challenged traditional notions of what a basketball player can be. For many, Zion is a symbol of hope, inspiration, and change. Beyond the highlight reels and roaring crowds, Zion has quietly shaped a legacy of resilience. Battling injuries and the relentless pressure of stardom has taught him lessons in humility and perseverance. His story is a reminder that greatness is never handed freely. It is carved through struggle, dedication, and an unbreakable spirit. Off the court, Zion has begun to carve a different path, one rooted in community and leadership. He is known